Welcome back, and we're deciding what to do next. Yes, there's a sequence of events and we have to work out what's best to do when. It's whether to tackle the back end or the front end. Obviously, first up, we've got to give it a good clean, right? Oh, I know, I've been putting it off. I hate cleaning. We're going to take the exhaust off because that'll give us better access to all kinds of stuff before we clean it. But then it's whether to tackle the back end or the front end. I think I know what I'm going to do with the frame in terms of painting it, so I've got that in my head. So here's a list of things that we're going to be doing while we've got the back end off. We are going to be putting in new sprockets, front and rear, new chain, new brake shoes. We're going to be probably painting these up. We're going to be cleaning the wheel up. We're going to be painting the swing arms, semi-gloss black, and possibly painting the frame there. And all the rest of the frame round the back end while we got the tyre and wheel off. All the things you have to think through before you tackle one end or the other or anything else. Bear with me, I'm just trying to give you the benefit of my experience. Quite the to-do list. Anyway, let's get on with this cleaning lark. Tedious though it is. Just this stuff to start with, but I have ordered some other alternative, perhaps superior brands. So we'll see how this goes and then we'll take it from there, right? Don't forget your toothbrush is things, brushes. Normally get the foaming kind that we got this time. This is heavy duty, so let's see what it does. You get the idea. Tedious. And some of this to finish off, which actually took most of that rust on the covers off. And finally a rinse. Well, it's by no means perfect, but it's a lot better. That needs some serious stuff. Oh, I think there's a little bit of rust involved there. Oh, I think you can see that. Anyway, this came up pretty good, and it was actually the brake cleaner fluid that got rid of the rust surface. Kind of streaky rust on here. A good start. And if you're wondering why I'm doing it in the twilight zone, it's because it's bloody hot out here tonight. It was 103 today. So yeah. I know, we're supposed to be doing the back end. Well, trouble is, in these early stages, as you're doing things, you notice other things, you get distracted, they're little things, so you think you might as well sort them out as you go along. So there's a lot of that in this video, I'm afraid. So the good news is that the exhaust removal was real easy. They came off real sweet. I'm sure they've been on and off recently, maybe, which helped. But it is kind of interesting that the only bike that I've really had issues with in terms of exhaust studs and stuff has been the most modern bike, the 2003 Yamaha R6, where the studs had welded themselves onto the nuts and everything else. So yeah, you know, modern alloys, mixing them up, not a good idea. Anyway. Well, that ain't right for starters. Wonder if we can fix it like this. Well, no, it's a job for the vice, but that's where it needs to be. Other little things you notice as you go along. And that's a lot better. Nothing you can't do with a big hammer, right? As promised, some other degreasing, cleaning products from different brands. Yes, none other than WD-40 industrial strength. So we'll see how that does. And who could resist bull snot? Yeah, I don't know. We give it a go, right? Apparently, bull snot is foamy, which is good. Well, I would definitely say that's an improvement. To be fair to O'Reilly's, obviously it's the second time around, so a lot of it was gone already, but I would say that's better. This definitely needs some rust treatment stuff on it, which is coming tomorrow, I think, so that's good. Everything else is starting to look quite nice. Lovely. We have sprockets. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I got a little sidetracked. Right, that's that done. It's still wet. It will be semi-gloss. And yeah, some highlights. Rude to stop there, really, so I carried on a bit. And the finishing touch. First spot of orange. Well, I'm waiting for the rust cleaner. Sort that out. Then we can get that back wheel off and get on with some proper stuff. Keep calm and carry on. Yeah, so that's all that painted up. Top half of the frame. And as you can see, minimal masking, because this stuff is kind of minimal overspray and quite gloopy. So you can be quite accurate with your spraying, you know, like that, you know, minimal on that, right? Yeah. Nice job. We have packages. What we got? Yeah, Marmite. Excellent. No good for the bike, but and more difficult to get out eventually. Aha, polishing pads. So we're going to be using these for polishing up that engine casing. Meanwhile, we have a fuel line and oil breather filter thing. I think that's going to fit under the tank. Not sure about that. Well, yes, it does. Good. Right, that's some proper overflows put in, and actually they fit quite nicely down here through the old centre stand, which kind of throws the overflow outside of the wheel, which is a good thing, and it kind of holds it out the way of the chain, which is a good thing. And tuck it in there as well. And there's that in place. Lovely. Obviously we'll have to take it off again when we take the front wheel out, but just sort of see what it looked like. Well, that didn't come up too bad with that rust-eaten stuff, actually. This is kind of what it looked like before, right? So, on that kind of rust, I guess it kind of works. And it cleaned up that side pretty good too. So they're a lot better, and that rust stuff works on kind of just surfacey rust type thing. And if I wanted to do it any better, I suppose I'd probably get out the old wire brush on the drill attachment and polish them up nicely. But if I did that, the whole rust thing would have been a waste of time, because that would have stripped it off anyway. So I'm going to leave it as it is, because it's under the fuel tank, you can't really see it, it's nice and clean, we got rid of the rust, job done. Yes, if I hadn't mentioned it already, I hate cleaning stuff. So we'll leave all the polishing till later. I know what this little plate is, but I don't think we need it. Right, that's that done. And while I was there, I put a little bit of cladding on that rev counter cable. Yeah, because it was a bit scruffy. Let's get on with some interesting stuff. New sprockets, chains, brake pads, shoes, possibly. Who knows? We'll see when we get them off. I'm sure they probably need doing. Another total aside, I've just sold my Trunk Speed Triple, which I'll be sad to see go. But look how much bigger it is. I mean, it's just massive. It's tall. It's huge compared to the CB. Or either of those two, honestly. Right? Massive. I mean, it's almost as tall as a bloody Stratus. We are wrapping.
Stop that! You're not going into a song while I'm here.
I know, it's not even Christmas. Yes, I'm going to paint the front of the frame while it's still on two wheels and more mobile. And then we'll get that rear end off. Right, that is that done. Up to there. Both sides. Even did the side stand. Yeah, right. Let's get that back end off. Free and clear. The idea of this contraption is so that we can gently move it around if we have to while the back wheels and I always put the spacers back on so I know where they are and which side they go. Oh, and some tie wraps just to make sure it doesn't come free. First job, take that off. And next up, let's have a look at these brake drums, see whether we need to put some new ones on. Actually not that bad, surprisingly. Well, it'd be rude not to, really, wouldn't it? And then the other side, it's time for a new sprocket. Definitely. Which is good, because we happen to have one. This guy. And then, of course, a new front sprocket and chain. So, that's what we're going to be doing next time around, I think. We're going to be putting the new rear brake in, new rear sprocket, cleaning up the wheel, painting the rest of the frame. That'll be exciting, including the orange bits. So do tune in again. So if you thought the video was any good, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down here if you haven't already, because you'll need to catch the next episode. And of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.